Let's get into it. Here we go. Part 3, where I'm talking about celebrating my birthday. This is my birthday passion, purpose. Love what I love to do is pour into people. So I'm doing it for my birthday month. I may go outside of it a little bit because I just realized I had one more I need to talk about, which is ministry. Because I talk about love, life, marriage. Now I want to talk about ministry. These are life lessons that I've learned throughout the years and praying that I continue to learn these lessons about these different topics that I have really adapted to and I talk about all the time. So let's talk about it. Marriage. So grab your pen, piece of paper, and let's get ready to get these principles. Here we go. Let's grow. If you don't know me, my name is Tonya Harden, aka Pastor T of the New Destiny Fellowship Church. Listen, so again, we have talked about life, love, marriage, and now we're going to be talking about ministry. If you have not seen those, go back and watch that part 1, life, part 2, love, part 3, marriage, and now we're going to be talking about ministry, which is one of the things that I love. I love doing ministry. I love doing all of these topics that I've been talking about, but I definitely love ministry. I have been doing ministry now for 20 years. My husband was a youth pastor, a minister in 2002. And then he became, youth pastor, and from youth pastor to a pastor. And so I just been doing ministry for a long time. So I've been a church leader for a minute, working in leadership within the ministry. All I know is serving in ministry since 2002, singing in the choir, being a part of the youth ministry, being a part of the women's ministry, all of that. So I've worked in these lanes for a minute. Alexa Skip. I've worked in these lanes for a minute. And so I realized that there's a lot I've learned over ministry. That's why I wrote some books. Shameless plug. Church hurt, but it helped. Marriage, not Marriage Survive God. You Are the Fragrance. Are all those lessons that I've learned throughout the years. And so this is what I learned about ministry throughout these years. And I know I have so much more to learn. Not an expert at it, but I have learned a lot when it comes to, this is more for my leaders, for my church leaders, those that are moving out in leadership. That could be evangelists, a part of the fivefold ministry, evangelists, prophetess, pastors, apostles, all of that, right? I think I'm missing one, teacher. If you in that category, this is really for you. These are the things that I've learned throughout the years, is that number one is successful leaders know the instincts and transform during adversity into opportunities. We know how to turn adversity into opportunities when it comes to being, in ministry. We use those, especially to my pastors. We use those adversity moments for opportunity moments. I would never forget going through hurt and pain within ministry as a pastor's wife. About 2015, it was like, I didn't want to just do things within the four walls of the church. And ministry is not just that in the four walls of the church. I found out that ministry is outside of church too. And so I started creating things, and this is who you get today because of creating ways outside of ministry. We also understand, and I'm understanding now, that those that are closest to you may not hear you, but those that are not around you all the time will hear you. I heard TD Jakes say, what's his name, the guy that was blind and asked Jesus to, take the blindfolds off so that he would no longer be blind. And he was sitting and being blind, but he heard Jesus. And when he heard Jesus, he wanted to not longer be blind. And the disciples kind of laughed at him and like, what do you mean? Why you think you cannot be blind? Long story short is that he was able to sense something in Jesus and not even be around him that long, where the disciples had been around him all the time and didn't even realize the gift. Let me speak to every leader that was on the inside of him. Just because those around you may not see it, there's other people that are waiting on you. And not that you dismiss those that are around you, because Jesus still talked to the disciples. He still poured into the disciples. He still allowed the disciples to see some great things. But just because all of the disciples with him, they did not get the very gift that was used. There were most people that are away from them were the ones that really were able to reap the harvest of who we are. Okay, that preach all by itself. But neither here nor there. We learn how to deal with adversities and turn it into opportunities. So every time I got hurt or dealt with stuff within ministry, I have allowed that church hurt, but it helped behind me. Programs and from pain to purpose, snatching your identity back, all these different things that I've created, God has given me to create. Butterfly Academy mentorship, Tonya Harden Ministries, all this was created because of adversity. Yeah. So we as leaders, we know how to do that. We know how I learned how to do that over the years, is how to turn my pain into purpose and my purpose into profit. I've learned how to do that. And still learning, got so much more to learn and so many people to learn from to do it right. The second thing I learned is that leaders build and not tear down. I learned that being a leader, that I could not tear down other people. That I had to build people. Anyone that is a part of and that is connected to me, I build. And I found out this too. Ooh, I heard that. I felt that. I build those that want to be built by me. Mm-hmm. I build those that don't mind being built, and I get built by others. You understand me? So I realize that everybody may not listen or hear you because they're too close, but understanding that you don't tear them down because they're not hearing you, because they're not listening to you. You just don't, you build people. As leaders, we build and not tear down. That is a part of my affirmation. Lord, let me be a leader that builds and not tear down. Last but not least, the thing that I've learned throughout the years, and it took a minute, and I think I'm finally getting it, is that my conviction is my conviction. Your conviction is your conviction. Don't put your conviction on me, and I won't put my conviction on you. What do you mean by that? If there's something that the Lord is working on me with, let that be my conviction. I don't put my conviction on other people. I'm learning that. I don't put my conviction of, you don't cuss, you don't drink, you don't smoke. We all know what not to do. But I'm not going to put that. That may not be the thing that God is convicting you about. It may be the fact that he don't want you to sleep around on your husband. Come here. He's trying to teach you not. Oh, Lord, I almost said some Jesus on the main line. He's trying to teach you not to do that anymore. That may be where God has you, and I'm not going to put my conviction on you. That's my conviction. I tell people all the time, I am a pastor's wife, right? I love the Lord with all my heart. I know my relationship with the Lord, but I don't mind dancing to some little Zydeco. And if me dancing to Zydeco gonna make you go to hell, baby, you was already on your way there. Don't put my conviction. My conviction is mine. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I tell my husband to tell you in a minute, like, I could watch shows that he don't watch. I can watch Atlanta Housewife. It don't bother me, but it may bother him. But there's a season that I can't watch it. It convicts me. Right now is the season and I really want to watch it, but it convicts me and I can't watch it. Not in this season. Yeah, maybe next season, but not right now. I have not been able to watch it because it's convicting me. So whatever is convicting you is convicting you. And it's so funny because like I said, I try to learn these little steps and it works and I get to work out too. And it's fun for me. But my conviction is mine, not yours. Let that be yours. If the Lord convicting you with that, that's on you, baby. That's between you and the Lord. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. It doesn't vex my spirit. Not in this season. Yeah. So you just learn that as a leader, I don't put my convictions on other people. I allow my conviction to be mine. Just lessons I've learned in ministry, man. I've also learned in ministry, loving. It goes back to loving, and paying attention to my growth and not other people's. And realizing that there's a season for me to be deep, seems for me not to be. Yeah. So that's where I am. Yeah, I hope that helped. I'm learning that, man. It's just that's just where I am. I don't know where the Lord have you, but wherever the Lord have you, that's where he have you. This is just my lessons that I'm sharing with you and whoever's watching, listen to me. Until next time, stay blessed and I'll let you do. We're going to be talking about money next. I know I said that last time, but I missed one. So we're going to be talking about money. I'm going to close it out with that. And in this series that we have. Until next time, stay blessed in all that you do. Bye-bye.